Hi everyone, welcome back. So today I'm going to be talking about what materials I used for step two. Step two was more straightforward than step one. I think I used only three materials. Yes, three materials. So the first thing will be the word. There is a first aid for step two, but it doesn't come highly recommended, and lots of people don't use it. Usually, everything that you would want to get in that first aid, you can find it in your word. The word has this like amazing explanations, pictures, everything. So I started using your word the very first day I said, "Oh, we're starting step two." The word was like my first go-to resource, and I used their notes to make my own notes. Looking back, maybe I shouldn't have made all that notes because yes, I read most of it, but then I think that it took my time. But I needed to write because it was a lot of information coming at me at the same time, and it was a step further from step one, right? I had to learn all this management and had to learn management of different diseases, even the ones that look alike and the ones that might have like a caveat, right? So it just felt like a lot, and I knew I needed to like take notes. And then when I started to write, I became obsessed, and then I wrote till I was on my first pass. Did it help me? Yes, it did. But there should have been a balance. I should have made so much, right? But yes, so my first resource was my UWorld and UWorld notes. Then my second resource was Ambos. Because when I finished UWorld, I felt like I wanted to review, but at the same time, I didn't want questions that I'd already seen because of the chance that maybe I'd memorized some things, right? And because I used Ambos in step one and really appreciated it, I decided to try Ambos again for step two. And I did. So I used Ambos Cuban and I used Ambos Library. So instead of going to Google to check things, if I was confused about a question or I needed something to remind me of something, I needed to look something up, I'll just go to Ambos Library. Very comprehensive, amazing, up-to-date library. I think like Ambos Library is a must-have for every medical student or medical professional, in my opinion. And then I used Ambos Cuban because they had this 30-day CK plan that I loved. I loved how it was organized into 30 days with two rest days. So in as much as I was struggling with a schedule at that time, it gave me what I needed in terms of they've made the schedule for you. I just had to follow it, right? So I really, really honestly enjoyed and will recommend if you have the time using Ambos Bank. If you have the time and if you think that you're done with a thorough review of your world, right, you can also try Ambos. Some people even do Ambos before they even begin your world. And I have heard of people who did Ambos alone. I thought it was an amazing resource. The questions weren't as difficult as what I experienced in step one. So yes, I would totally recommend. Then, guys, my most this guy saved my life. Okay, maybe not saved my life. I'm being too dramatic, but I enjoyed using Divine Intervention podcast. And prior to step two, I think I might have heard people talk about divine, but they only talked about divine in respects to step two. So when I started doing step two, I decided to check him out. He has a ton of episodes on his podcast, and I don't think there is a way that you can normally walk through all of them, right? Because he has different subjects on fact everything, even some step one material. So what I focused on with Divine was to look at his rapid review series. So if you go to his website, step two, rapid review, think right now as I make this video, he has about 95 episodes. So those rapid review series were like someone quizzing you, like it made so much sense. So it's like I have my notes and then someone is asking, oh, what if they give you a question that comes with so and so? Or what if they give you a question and it contains this? What if this? Oh, this is like, so there might just be some pathologies that sound alike. Oh, how do you differentiate anxiety from depression, from like what's that thing, right? Or transcend synovitis from this. Like he would just bring these things that look so much alike that could be differential diagnosis, and then he tell you this and that. Oh my god, it was such a good resource because it tied in all the loose ends that I thought I might have had, right? And I so much enjoyed listening to Divine. Divine podcast is something that I would recommend for everyone. Yes, I know that time might be like you might be pressed for time. It's not something that you don't have to sit down to just listen. You can do it on the go. You can do it while doing your chores, which is what I mostly did. So while doing my chores, I'll plug my ear in. I'll listen to Divine over and over and over again. And the things that I otherwise wouldn't have caught when I was in my old, he made me catch them, right? Because he highlighted those things. I'm like, oh, this is important, this is important. So yes, I would 120% recommend Divine Intervention podcast, especially if you're stuck and you don't know what else to do. Try to listen to Divine. Okay. He's amazing. And then the last thing I did was MBMEs, which should I count that as a resource? Yes, technically it's a resource. So I used my MBMEs. I did 4 of them, and then you WhatsApp assessments, 2 of them as well. And then free 120. So in the end, let's say we did 7 assessments, right? So that's how I studied for step 2. Looking back, I don't think it was a lot. And if you want to build a basic routine, you can incorporate these 4 things. Of course, 2 are almost compulsory, word and MBNAs, but then you can also add on your Ambos Bank. You can also add on Divine Intervention Podcast, and I super recommend that you do that, especially if you have time. Okay, so guys, I hope this information was helpful. If you liked this video, please like this video and subscribe to my channel. Comment as well. I love hearing from you guys, and share it to anybody who might be starting their step 2 prep. Okay, and guys, I also offer tutoring for step 1 and step 2. So if you think this is something you might need, just you can send me an email, or you can just leave a comment and I would respond. I'll reach out to you. All right, I hope you guys are okay. I hope you're staying safe. We'll see you in the next video. Bye.